Jay. Welcome back to the show.
To the show.
To the live show.
To the live show. Thanks. Thanks for having me in your office.
You're very, very welcome. Well, I am excited to do this today because we are getting so many questions and we are on day 10 of virtual.
Is that for real? Like when we say day 10, like
I counted
that's
today.
A real thing.
We are on day 10 of 100% virtual coaching. So let's just jump right in.
Jump in.
For the people that are joining now that didn't watch the last time we did this a few days ago, we essentially told our people through a video, right? We made a video of us together, and a couple people have asked, like, I don't think I can do it by myself, and just grab someone else, grab a coach, grab someone to do the video with you. And we kind of went back and forth when we did our video.
Yeah.
So we did a video basically saying like, hey, your members, your health is our number one priority, and we have decided to shut the gym down voluntarily. We shut down 5 days before the city mandated our city to shut down.
Yep.
And we said, we're super excited to move virtual, and we promise you we have some amazing things in store. And we didn't exactly know what that would look like.
No, I think you had an idea. I think being ahead of the curve, I mean, we got text messages. We were getting calls at 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night from gym owners, like not far from us, saying, hey, we're being mandatorily shut down tomorrow. What do we do? And we were kind of a little ahead of the curve because we knew that gyms in Washington, California, we knew gyms in other places were starting to shut down. And so we kind of started, you started thinking ahead about what does that look like for us? And we started planning out all the scenarios the weekend before we closed.
Yeah, so we sent out that email the weekend before saying, hey, this is everything that we're doing to keep you safe and healthy while we have the gym open.
Yep.
But, in the event that we do close, we do have some other things in mind. So first, I just want to say hi to everyone that's on this live before we kind of jump in. And we've got a lot of people from Florida, Colorado, Brad. Oh, a lot of people I recognize. Welcome, Leonardo from New Jersey. Are you guys open or closed right now? You guys can type that in the chat.
New Jersey's definitely closed.
Yeah, New Jersey's closed.
Yeah.
Canada, British Columbia?
Not yet. Well, certain places in Canada are and certain aren't, I heard.
So we sent out this thing, and basically we had two main focuses that we wanted to focus on for our members. And obviously we're giving the members all the love first, and then we're providing a ton of free help for the rest of the community. But we had two main things. Right?
Yes. So we wanted to still provide virtual classes. Like that was important for us to do virtual classes for all our members in the event that we close. Correct?
So that really came from we wanted to keep the community engaged. We wanted, our members love our community. That's what they want, right? So we wanted to keep the community engaged.
Yep.
And we wanted individual support.
Yes.
And
not individual nutrition coaching. There was a little bit of a difference there.
So we have people that are getting individual nutrition coaching because they're paying for it.
Right. Those stayed the same. Nothing changed with any of them.
Nope. They're just getting a little bit more virtual check-ins. They're doing them through Zoom. And then we wanted individual support. Really, the main goal of that was to help people find a new normal. Like everyone's routines are changed. A lot of people are working from home. Our kids are here. So that puts a whole another layer when you're trying to, eat on a regular schedule, work, and have homeschooling now. We're all professional homeschoolers, is what I'm calling myself. But, everyone's routines have changed, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we wanted to be able to get them into a new normal,
right? And
with individualized support. So, we're still doing the same group classes. We're doing less virtual classes. We're still posting. We're still posting in SugarWOD. We wanted to keep as much of the same routine as we possibly could.
Yep.
Right? And then we wanted to give them individualized support. So something that I'm talking to all of our mentoring clients about right now is you need to pick up the phone and call every single member if you are closed. And do not let it go a week with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that has to be your number one priority. And yes, we get it. Like you're going to have to work a lot for the next couple of days. Like sleep is going to be non-existent for a little while. You'll catch back up on it. But right now, you need to be on the phone with every single member, texting them, calling them, emailing them until you get them on the phone and set them up with some sort of plan. What's the action plan that we're going to set up with our clients, right?
Yeah, so essentially we paired every single person up with a coach, right? So you and I were the ones, I just kind of jumped in to help support a little bit yesterday, but you and I were the ones that called
Yeah.
every single person. I don't think it necessarily has to be the owner. I think, if you have a head coach that, is a familiar face, I think them calling that's fine too. Divide and conquer, especially the gyms, that have 200 plus members, like it's just going to take too much time. So divide and conquer that list. And I think you really should be triaging your list. Like
For sure.
And this was, I think, a mistake that we made, right? Like we didn't contact the newest people first that like didn't really understand. They weren't 100.
You weren't bought into our community yet as much as our 4-year guys, right? Our 3.5-year guys. And so we kind of, to a certain degree we did, and to a certain degree we didn't. We knew, hey, we've got a lot of people that we need to start calling. And those are going to be 10-minute conversations. They're going to take some time. So the people that emailed us right away saying, hey guys, we support you. We support everything about healthy steps nutrition and CrossFit HSN. Like, we're here for the long run. We appreciate it. We know that you care about us, etc. Those weren't our first calls. We knew that those were going to be people that we were going to call, but our priority was to start calling the people that we hadn't heard of, hadn't heard from, or hadn't seen, or hadn't gotten a chance to tell in person. Because last, 11 days ago, 10 days ago, we had an opportunity that day and night to tell everybody in person, hey guys, we've decided that we're going to shut down after today. But there were quite a few people that we obviously couldn't get to. So those were our priority lists of like, who do we need to call those first 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, so everyone saw a video. We sent them through a text message, through UpLaunch. We sent them all a video. Yep. So they got to see that. But then it was, all right, we need to start calling the newest people who aren't as bought in, as you said, as the founding members. Called them first, and then we started working down the line. And the goal of that call really was to figure out what stayed consistent with you, what's changed, like what routines have changed. What do you see as your biggest roadblock? What do you see as like the biggest struggle for you? How can we help you with that? Yep. And what does success look like to you over the next 2 to 3 weeks, right? So like we're laying out some type of action plan. And a lot of times it's like, hey, I need to get into a routine and not binge snack because I'm working from home, or I want to commit to doing X number of workouts, home workouts per week, whatever that might be. Like we're figuring out the first step. And then we're managing all those people in the HSN app, right? So we're setting up habits, and then they're staying in contact with the coach they're assigned to.
Right, and I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think it's important. One of my coaches said, why don't we email this form out to have them answer all the questions, and that way we can send them to the coach that is going to be assigned to them. And while it is a great idea, I get it. 200 members, it'd be easier just to send that out. I can't emphasize enough how important it was to pick up the phone and call them. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear, like, we all need to hear something positive, including us. And so when we get on the phone with these clients, like it's like a breath of fresh air for them, because they know that we're still there for them. And we're not just sending out a mass email, hey guys, fill out this questionnaire and then we're going to assign you to a coach. No, we're going to ask you all of the questions that Nicole just spoke about. And then based off your answers, and when we start digging in a little bit, that's when we start going, okay, this person is going to be the best person to help you for what you're telling me, for your action plans, the steps that are required. I'm going to assign you to X, Y, and Z. And here's why. And so be on the lookout from a message in the app. They're going to be in touch with you once a week on the phone, and then they're going to go from there. But that's kind of, I think, what we've done so far, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to give an example, and also I want to talk about allotting how much time. So this is a conversation that we had to figure out. Like, if you are spending an hour with each client each week and paying a coach for that, or even 40 minutes, that's going to add up, and it's going to be a lot of time, and you're going to end up having more expenses managing clients individually than what you would have staying open, right? So right. I think it's a numbers game, figuring out, okay, how much can you spend? So for us, we're paying our coaches the hourly coaching rate, the $25 per hour to manage those clients, and we're allotting 10 minutes per client each week. So it might look like a 15-minute phone call week 1, and then just messages week 2, a 15-minute phone call week 3, however the coach deems necessary. But I want touch points every single week with a personal coach to their assigned clients. And if there is not a touch point, then we're going to get involved to make sure that they're there is some communication so that they know that we're there for them, that we're supporting them, right?
Yeah, so the way we have it structured right now is I have 3 coaches that on Friday we have a virtual call set up, and we have a spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, we have, who talked to them, when did they talk to them, what is their track, what's their goals, and then that way I don't want to miss one person. And if we haven't heard from somebody, or we've left 3 messages, or we find out that, one of our coaches has called, has texted, and that they ghosted us, that's when Nicole and I are like, okay, well, we need to get a hold of that person. And I got to be honest with you, it's been overwhelmingly successful so far. Even the people that I have not spoken to yet. I have a couple clients that I have not spoken to yet.
We've reached out to them, sent them messages.
But they've sent us messages. I can actually read one right now, if you'd allow me to. One of our members, everything's awesome. He's doing really good, but I don't have my right phone with me. It's the gym phone. So he said, Jason, thanks for checking on me. Everything's going great. I'm doing all the home workouts. I haven't been able to log on. Thanks for checking in on me. Looking forward to working with XYZ coach. So even though we haven't talked to them, they finally are responding back. So I think it's super important by Friday, if you have not heard from somebody, that you pick up the phone and you get in touch with them somehow or another. And call them in different hours. Call them in the afternoon, then try calling them back at 6 o'clock at night. That's another thing that I realize is that people still have to work from home. So some of our coaches right now are not available because they have day jobs and they're working from home. So you might not be able to get a hold of everybody right off the bat. You might need to call them at 7 o'clock at night. But I promise you, it's well worth it.
So I did some calls yesterday. Some of the people that we hadn't talked to from calling them last week, I followed up with an email introducing them to the coach they're assigned to, getting them access to the app so they have that communication. I kind of pass them off. So definitely you want to keep track. What we did, and I put the Get Free Help page in the chat, we created a member tracking spreadsheet. So we imported every single member. If you go in the chat, you'll see the link there to the Get Free Help page, but every single member was put into that spreadsheet, and then from there we filled out the line as we talked to them, so we knew exactly who did not get it hasn't had a touch point yet, who has.
Yep.
In that Get Free Help page, there's also the virtual meeting spreadsheet. So exactly what we used when we called people, we just made a copy, titled it their name, filled it all out, so then that coach had all those pass off notes, so there was clear communication. So I think that's an important piece of the puzzle to keep track of all of your people and make sure that you have a streamlined form of communication. So we have the individualized support. And guys, if you're doing this, you need to be constantly talking about that being a member benefit. So there's been a lot of questions in the HSN mentoring group about, hey, what's a member benefit? What's the difference between the free help that we're giving out on social media and email and member benefit? So that individual contact is a member benefit. And to be honest, we would have charged more for that had they been getting all that individual contact if we were open. They would have had to pay quite a premium dollar for all of that individual support.
Yeah, they would have been on a hybrid membership, essentially, which most of our clients are on hybrid memberships. But yeah, the ones that are on fitness only, yeah, that wouldn't be something that we normally would give them.
So individualized support should be your number one priority. I gave all of our mentoring clients yesterday an action step hey, get on the phone with every single person. You need to make sure to talk to them. I think that's really important. And I was talking to Z from Barbells for Boobs the other day, and she had said one of the gym owners that she talked to had lost 60% of his members overnight. And my heart breaks for that person. And if that person is listening, please reach out to me because I'm happy to help. But, I think part of you being proactive in explaining what you can do to help your clients when you move to a virtual platform, before you move to that virtual platform and before you're shut down, is going to be so crucial to your success in retaining your members. So I think we've kind of nailed down the individualized support.
Yeah, we have. I think I can't, unless you have any questions for us, we'd be happy to answer some questions, but the way it's been working with us is it's very simple. We even actually started highlighting today. Everybody, we have a question on the spreadsheet. Do they have app access? And it's a Y or an N.
Everyone has app access.
Everybody has a Y right now. So that was our main goal, was to make sure everybody was a Y so that they're in the app. And now from there, we're able to just triage it and since the owners got on the phone with a lot of these clients, I got to dig a little bit for, in that 10-minute conversation. And I was very thorough in my notes. So when I put in my Google Doc sheet that transferred over to the HSN app, I had pass off notes, right? So the notes to pass off to Coach Alexa, Coach Luan, Coach Fred, they're going to be able to know exactly what we talked about. One person gave up carbs for Lent right now, or bread for Lent. So this person's losing too much weight. So I put those notes in there. Hey,
she gave up sweets, I think.
Sweets and bread.
Okay.
So she gave up sweets and bread, so she's losing weight. So I specifically, when I hooked her up with someone, made a note to say, hey, listen, we might need to add in some healthy fats right now to help her stay full a little bit longer and to kind of bridge that gap of losing the carbs right now.
The calories from carbs. Yeah. So I'm going to give an example. Yesterday, I got on the phone with someone, and we haven't seen this person in our group classes at all. So in the virtual classes, and there's 2 of them. They always worked out together. And I called the one, and he's like, "Yeah, Nicole, I talked to my friend that goes into the classes today, and we're gonna work out." And I was like, "All right, what time are you guys gonna work out?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "Well, you're super busy with work right now. You're an insurance broker, and when you start work," he said that he's not able to cut it off. So I'm like, okay, what if you guys do meet up or do the virtual class in the mornings? He's like, yeah, I think I can do that. We're planning on meeting up. I'm like, okay, awesome. What days of the week are you planning on doing that? What time are you going to do that? So it ended up, coming out that they're going to do 4 days a week. We picked the days. Well, guess what he did today?
Yeah,
showed up to the virtual class.
Right, and what also helps too is, I'm not going back to the app, but I kind of am, is that now we just had an athlete commit to our coach that they're going to do 4 workouts a week. So guess what? I'm able to create a habit that says you're going to hit 4 workouts this week. So it's like a twofold thing. So for us, it kind of works.
But even if you don't have the app, you can manage all of that stuff within a Google Sheet. The point is that you're figuring out what your client will commit to, and then you're keeping them accountable to that.
Yeah.
So one of the things, I want to talk about a few things that we're doing for community support, because everyone is looking for fun ways to engage with their clients.
Yep.
So one of the things that we did starting last week, and I got this idea for Push Press, so I cannot take credit for it. Dan posted.
Thanks, Dan.
Dan posted this really funny thing on social media, happy hour, are you quarantined, yes or no? And it was funny. So I'm like, we're going to do this. So after our Friday virtual class, we said, we're going to have a happy hour, whether you do the class or not, jump on into the virtual happy hour. And guess what? We had people jumping on for virtual happy hour, and it was awesome.
And what'd you do from there? So then the other night you had another idea.
I've had a lot of ideas recently.
Too many. So we decided the other morning, or at night, we said, Nicole said, wouldn't it be a great idea if, even if they couldn't make the 9 a.m. class, what if they could join us for coffee in the morning around 8:30, 8:45? I said, well, that sounds like a great idea. So we sent out an up-launch text to everybody saying, hey, even if you can't jump in the 9 o'clock class, join us for coffee tomorrow at 8:45. So
we put in the text, you're invited. We miss your face. Join us for coffee, even if you can't stay for a long time. P.S. Bring your own coffee. And everyone is loving it. So we've done it every day since, because honestly, it's the highlight of my day. It's great to talk to everyone. Everyone's joking around, laughing. People miss the community. They miss talking to each other. And we're doing all of this through Zoom. If you are watching this and you're like, I have no idea how to use Zoom, I'm being forced to use Zoom. I don't even know what Zoom is. We made a crash course on Zoom. It's on the Get Free Help page. Definitely check that out. I literally went through every single thing. I don't want to bore everyone with all the details on Zoom, but Zoom's the platform we're using for all of our virtual meetings, classes, meetups, everything. You don't need the webinar add-on. You want to do it as a meeting so people can join in, not like this live where it's only us talking and people putting in comments. They can have their face be seen. They can talk and communicate with each other. Make sure everyone starts on mute and then they unmute as it goes, because Zoom picks up all the noise and it's really annoying. The other thing was Zoom, very high level, or not high level, but big overview, is you need a pro account. So the free accounts are only 40 minutes, and you do not want to have your class shut off or your meetup shut off after 40 minutes if you guys are knees deep into talking about something or the community part of the end of the class. So definitely get the pro version. It's $15 a month. Definitely worth it. So coffee time before our 9 a.m. class has been really fun. I've also heard people do like a news type thing at noon, like during people's lunch breaks, or like a little lunch break thing. I think that's great too. Whatever works for your community. People miss seeing each other. So this is a great way. And I like doing it on top of a class because then it promotes more people coming to the virtual classes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And people are loving the virtual classes. I mean, I don't think like only doing virtual classes is not going to retain your clients. The individual support is going to be what retains your clients, but the virtual community classes, people are saying to us like, hey, I would not have done this workout without you.
Every time.
I'm actually getting more workouts now because I don't have to drive to the gym. Like I can just pop up my Zoom right here and do it from the garage.
And the bantering. Let me tell you about the bantering going on right now. Like it's out of control. It's like at a whole new level of bantering between our athletes. I mean, the videos that they're posting, the things that they're tagging each other in. We've got guys that are going, I'm logged in because I just wanted to see this person struggle today, but I'm going to do it too. Shirt comes off. Next thing you know, we've got 16, 18 people doing this workout. And same thing again this morning during coffee. No, I'm not going to do it tonight, but I always say that, and then I'm probably going to join in as soon as I see you guys all sweating. So people miss each other. They want to have an hour of normalcy and what that looks like. And for 1 hour out of the day, we get to bring them back to our family, our community. We get to kind of get a sweat in, which is good for all of us. And I think you missed something, and I'm not asking every gym to do it, but I think you should also tell them about the power moments, about what we did. For some of our members. So if our members jumped in on that first coffee date, we when they came to the gym later that day
to pick up equipment,
they had a handwritten card from me that said, "Hey, Nicole, thanks for joining us for coffee this morning. It was great to see your face. Welcome to the HSN Coffee Club." I put the card inside of a brand new HSN coffee mug, and I had it sitting there waiting for him. So that day,
you also hand delivered some, like just dropped them on the doorstep for some people.
I did hand deliver quite a few, and let me tell you something. Just left them on the
doorstep.
It was, people were posting pictures. It was out of control, the amount of people that reached back on, oh my God, why did you guys do this? This is so nice. Like, thank you.
People just need to know that they're heard and that, you care about them. And honestly, we're we're embracing the virtual.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Like we're getting home from the gym. We're getting there 8 a.m. and getting home at 8 p.m. The longer days.
We're working from here. Like I'm not going to the gym at all because our gym's closed, and you're going in. People are asking like, are you doing the classes from here, from the house, or from the gym? And I think a lot of people, it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Today
they'll be home.
Yeah, we'll do it from home, and So we're doing happy hour on Friday afternoons. People can join with a water or a Fit Aid or whatever type of beverage they want, or a beer. And then we're doing coffee every morning. Yep. So those are 2 community things. When we're doing the class, we're building in time at the beginning and the end so they can chat with each other. And I think that's an important piece of the puzzle too, is, having the virtual meetings, allowing people to communicate with each other, chat with each other is really, really fun. We also made a Stay Healthy bingo, which is keeping people engaged as well. We posted that out to the community, so it's not just our members that are doing that. Everyone's kind of doing it, and they're having fun. We told yesterday another fun idea that we had. Random question. How do you get the lower third on the video? We use it's called Ecamm Live. We use a software called Ecamm Live to do these lives. Great question. Okay, so 16 times per month we did that.
Yeah, so our coach, one of our coaches yesterday said, if you make 16 virtual classes in the next 30 days.
Or as soon as you can.
Right. Within 30 days.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a 30-day window. You get a free shirt. And then he actually had another idea today about like a weekly raffle. And we've got some scales in our gym. We've got some just some cool little things, leftover prizes or things from in the past. We were cleaning out the office today. He's like, you know what we should do once a week? If you join 4 classes that week, your name should go in a raffle, and we should raffle off, like pull something out and say, hey, you won a hat this week, or hey, you won a coffee mug this week, or it's just getting your members involved. Even to the point where I'd like to share a story about Paul. Had an athlete come in. He's been an athlete from day one with us. Never really got into nutrition coaching, and he knows it's important. I would say he's my age. And he's very busy, travels a lot. He came in to pick up some weights, and I said, you know what? I've got him here. Let me, instead of trying to get a hold of him and then assigning him a coach, let me just talk to him for a few minutes. talked to him for a few minutes, found out where he was struggling with nutrition, and he said, you know what, Jason, we appreciate this so much. He goes, as soon as the gym opens back up, just put me in for a hybrid membership. We had 3 members come by the gym yesterday. Well, not members, people that came by our gym to see our facility because their gym may have closed down or might close down. There's people that need help, guys, and we're there to help. And I think once you reach out and start helping people and they realize that you're there for them, that's really all they want. That's what they need right now.
Yeah. I think, another thing that I would think about when you're doing these virtual classes, Ryan asked, are you coaching them from your home or the gym? A combination of both. We're going to start doing most of them from home. We don't want people at the gym. Like, the gym shut down by the county. Like, we should be following suit. We are 100% not working out at the gym. I'm working out at home. I'm not working out at the gym. None of our coaches or staff are working out at gym. Like, we are leading by example, and if a coach is jumping in a class, they're jumping in a class from their house.
Yeah, we've seen that before, and that's not something that we want to do. We're leading by example, and if I go in there and get a sweat in on the assault bike and get to use some toys, and they don't have access to that's not cool. Yeah, I don't think so.
That's one thing. And then, okay, so I can't take credit for this idea, but I thought it was genius. So Jason Cohen, I saw him yesterday post something on Facebook about a virtual PE class, and it's come up in our group a couple times. So I was like, you know what, let's just do it. So, I think instead of just thinking about ideas for a long time, you just really need to take action. And you're going to have to work longer hours right now. We're setting up all new systems. Imagine building a business overnight. Essentially, that's what you're doing right now. So I last night made a page on our website that's a virtual PE class. So Monday through Friday, Jason is going to teach a kids class. He loves kids. It's going to be great. The virtual kids class from 11 to 11:30, ages 8 to 12. You know what? Parents are asking us for this. We have kids of parents joining in on our virtual classes right now.
Every class.
And I think it's really important for people to keep their kids active and not just in front of a TV or a screen. So we are starting a virtual PE class. We sent out an email. We already have people signed up for it. It will sell out. They're opening up 25 spots. We are charging $20 per week. It's a weekly renewal, and people can stop anytime, but it's Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. That's another great idea. You guys got to think outside of the box of how you're going to, add additional revenue streams. I mean, originally, I think when a lot of us closed, we thought, hey, maybe this will be 2 weeks, but it's going to be longer than that. I mean, we don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but definitely going to be longer than that. So you got to think outside the box. Virtual PE class, I think, is really fun, especially if you have members with kids, which most of us do.
Right.
The kids are home. They're looking for something. And if a kid joins with another friend from school, now they can have classmates or teammates in this thing.
Just make sure that for us, we use Push Press. We actually just went over to them. Make sure that in your waiver for a minor that the adult is signing it. So just dot your I's, cross your T's. Have a plan for, hey, I have 3 kids, 8, 9, and 11. Okay, well, what's your plan going to be for that? Are you going to charge $60 a week, or are you going to give them a different rate if they have 3 kids within that age group? So have a plan going into it. Think about it. We literally put this together last night at about 10:40 at night on the couch with both our laptops open. We set it up today, and that could be an additional $2,500 a month revenue stream for us right now, which in turn, in addition to that, now we have kids that we know like to exercise. Guess what? It's coming around the corner. Not school, summer, because this could be a long summer. We're looking like an 8-month summer instead of 8 months of schooling. So those kids are going to eventually go into our kids classes when we reopen our gym back up. What a better lead capture tool than that right now. I mean, we have actual students that have done the classes. Now they're going to be able to come in, and the gym's going to look familiar to them. They're going to know what some of the stuff looks like from the Zoom.
And they'll have friends. So I'm going to post our PE class landing page in here just so you could see it and get some ideas for the gym owners watching this. You guys got to think outside of the box. Your number one priority should be individual support and making sure that you've contacted every single person individually. And then next is community engagement. So how are you doing that? We're doing virtual classes. We started off with 1 class for the first week, and then we added another class this week. We're layering it on top of community building events. So we are doing the coffee, which is a huge hit. I don't know any CrossFitter that doesn't like coffee, and if they don't, they could drink water or
C4. We have one guy that's drinking C4.
We don't. That's not dietitian approved.
We do not approve of that. HSN does not like C4,
Gabe.
But mazel tov to you, Gabe. You can keep drinking your C4.
But the point is they're getting in a group and they're engaging with each other. So I think that's the biggest thing here. Everyone loves the CrossFit community, and as a gym owner, you really have an opportunity to see this whole pandemic as an opportunity, not an obstacle. So just stay focused and really go in with a mentality of how you can help your client. So individualized support, getting them to find a new normal, community engagement. I think that's what our members are really loving both. And I know the ones that are coming into the virtual classes consistently, like they're making that part of their appointments for the day. Like they are scheduling that in. And honestly, I am too. And another thing, guys, if you are an owner or a coach watching this, like please jump into the classes. I think it's so important that, if you're an owner, you need to be in classes. So
for sure,
at least jump in at the beginning or the end.
That's coaching them or coaching them, one or the other. I'm like, when we're out in front of our biggest audiences, like I'm coaching the class, and I know our members better than anyone does, and I know the history of our members. It's no different. They're hearing their name at least 3 times in the class, just like you've been taught in your L2 seminars. Like you need to say their name. You can still provide virtual cues for them. Really
are keeping them. Just encouraging them. But the point is like you're the leader of your tribe, and you should be jumping into those classes. I have missed one class, but I still jumped in halfway through. I just had a meeting that went into the middle of the class. So make sure your coaches, and make sure they understand why. Like your community wants to see your coach's face, their owner's face. So tell your coaches so that everyone's on the same page with that and is a part of the community. The other thing is tell people if they can't make the class, still jump in, do the question of the day. So we're doing questions of the day at the beginning of a class that we're asking them, different things like, what are you having for a snack? How's your meals going? How's your nutrition going? How's your sleep? And we're kind of giving some tips after everyone answers too. So, get that engagement at the beginning and then empower them to talk to each other at the end, ask them questions, probe, so that everyone is part of that community and you're not just speaking at people for 40 minutes or however long your virtual class is.
Yeah, our members really, they look forward to that time of the day where they get to see familiar faces and hear some of the answers and know that they're going through the same struggles that all of us are going through right now.
And you can also, like, something that we've been doing is making the home workouts harder by telling them to add goblet squats and do fun things. So, you could always scale down or scale up those workouts. One thing, I asked Vaughn with Affiliate Guard to come on our live. We can link the live in the chat after this is over. But one of the things that I asked him was, we're seeing gyms that are doing Facebook Lives and just streaming out the whole class to the public. I would be careful with that, because if you have someone that gets hurt and then sues you, you can't tell if they were on the class or not, and they never signed a waiver. So I would really highlight the difference, big takeaways here, highlight the difference between member-only benefits, which should be, virtual classes, especially individualized support when you're talking to them, and make sure they know that too. Like, hey guys, this is for you guys. We're here for you. We're posting home workouts and, on our social media pages. We're posting videos. That's great. But, you need to really be highlighting member-only benefits and, giving some free help to the community. I can tell you right now, your community is looking for help. They're looking for home workouts. They're looking for nutrition. They're looking for support because they're stuck at home. They have to cook. They're not ordering takeout every day, usually. They want something to do with their kids, themselves. Orange Theory, our Orange Theories here closed down, and many of them are not reaching out to their members. And these people have fallen through the cracks. So Orange Theory sent out an email saying, hey, we are freezing all memberships, and now these people don't have the community and the support that they were used to. And I think as a CrossFit affiliate, like, we determine how we want to run our business. We determine what we're going to do and how we're going to, set the rules. And you have a really big opportunity to step up and provide people that their gym closed and they're not getting support.
Yep.
Provide them, an option where they can jump into your community and get the accountability and support, and of course pay for it, but you can provide them an option.
Yeah, for sure. You got a question here. If you offered virtual PE classes 2 days a week, how does $10 sound? We've done 2 free virtual classes a week for free the last 2 weeks, and that's from Trace.
I think you need to figure out what works best for you. I would highlighting your classes as member only benefits, so charge for them. I mean, what we're going to end up doing is opening up 20 spots for the accountability program. So essentially bypass on-ramp, because all of our home classes are body weight stuff anyways. They can jump into virtual classes and they're getting the accountability and support. I don't personally think that, the value that we're going to be providing with this accountability program is not just the virtual classes. It's the individual attention that they're going to get from clients. So we will be launching that probably next week.
Yeah.
Opening up 20 spots for it, and then that's it. We're gonna keep it for our community, but I think
we're still doing coaching though. I mean, I have a personal training client that is still
Zoom.
He came by, he picked up a couple weights.
Yep.
And so
you could do personal training
through
sessions through Zoom.
And that's what he's doing. He's in his living room doing nothing different than we did in the gym, and he's 78 years old, and he's been my client for the last 6 months, and it wasn't even, he asked, he goes, could you come to my house? I said, no, I cannot come to your house. You know better than that. He goes, well, I can teach you how to download this on your iPad. And there you go. Now we're doing virtual personal training still a couple days a week. So
yeah,
we're still providing support. We're still providing value. That is the biggest thing, guys. It's like every one of our members knows that we're doing everything we can to provide support for them during this time. And guess what? In return, they're not leaving. They're showing us what a community stands for, and they're sticking with us because they know we're going to get through this. And when we do, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So
Megan asked the question: how many classes a day are you offering right now? We are doing 3 plus daily yoga. Would you recommend jumping into each of them as owners? Man, that would be a lot to jump into 3 classes. So we're doing 2 classes a day. I'm in the coffee in the morning, so I'm not doing the morning workout. I'm in the coffee seeing those people, and then I jump off and I'm doing the 5:30 class. If you're not doing the class, could you just jump in and say hi, like at some point? I mean, we're telling our clients to do that. They can't make the virtual classes, and they're just loving the engagement. Like, we're seeing some people's faces more now since we've been closed.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not about us. It's about the community. Like, they want to see everybody. They want to talk to each other. They want to say hi. I mean, all you see all morning is like grins. Like some people are still going to work and they're driving and their phone's mounted on their dashboard and they're smiling, laughing, and joking around. Like they just want to be involved in our community, and that's what's really special. You remember why you opened up an affiliate, right? I can certainly tell you it wasn't for the money. It was because of the community, right? And it's getting back to that more now than ever. It's awesome.
Yeah, so individualized support, can't stress that enough. Pick up the phone and call your people. Make sure they hear from you. If they don't hear from you, make sure they hear from a coach, from a human. Leave a message, follow up with an email, follow up with a text message. Make sure that there is no way they could miss a communication method from you. So follow up with them individually. Get creative with with the community support. The coffee time has been really popular for us. Our clients are loving it. We're doing it every day. Happy hours just once a week. We're not encouraging drinking every single day.
On Fit Aids every day.
Friday afternoons after the 5:30 class. We're doing 2 classes a day.
Saturday morning, we're still doing a workout. We thought about doing, the thinker over here wanted to try to do a partner workouts, and I put a kibosh on that. Yeah. Because as you know, coaching when you have 13, 15, 18 people in a class, especially doing a Zoom class, it can be a little bit difficult when you start trying to say, okay, well, your partner just went for a run. Now it's your turn to go. And you're trying to keep pace of everybody. Don't get crazy. Just keep it simple.
I will say for classes, make sure that you have a plan going into your classes. Like make sure you have a time cap so you don't have someone finishing at 15 minutes and someone finishing at 25 minutes, which definitely happened to us one time. So doing EMOMs or ANRAPs or time caps so that everyone's finishing within a couple minutes, because the goal is people finish and then you let them unmute their phones and they can talk to each other and you can ask them questions and communicate with each other. So you want them to all finish within like a couple minutes of each other. The other thing is make sure you don't have the music on your side. Let them have the music on their side when they mute their computer so that they're not trying to hear you over music in your background. And you can spin this to, hey guys, you can control what kind of music do you want to listen to now. If you want to listen to 50s or 70s or rock, whatever you want, go for it.
Yep. And then another thing is, and we've said this before, but you're in charge of the clock. So, like what we do is, hey guys, as soon as you're finished, give me a big thumbs up, right? So that when you see their grill up in your face with the, with the thumbs up, then you can write their time down. They don't have a Sharpie or a dry erase board. So have a dry erase board, have a plan going into the workout, have a warm up, have it written out so that you know exactly that it needs to stay the same, just like the 9 o'clock class and the 5 o'clock class. They both need to have identical warm ups. And then I'm telling everyone, hey, input your scores into SugarWOD. So when I tell you your time is 16:38, you need to put it in. We're also going back and we're checking them in through push press. A lot of you probably already check them in, or they might automatically check in through Wodify or whatever system you use. But now's also an important time for us to be putting their check-ins into the app so that we can, again, at the end of every day, see who we saw, who we didn't see. Why is that important? Well, if one of our coaches, who's a nutrition coach, for example, and she's assigned to somebody, it'd be nice if she can go through push press and say, man, this person's checking into classes. Okay, cool. I know that they're still participating, even though I'm only going to be talking to them at the end of the week about X, Y, and Z.
Or see if they're logging workouts in SugarWOD or within our app, or
somehow or another
having a custom habit that says, did you work out? And they can go into a calendar view really quickly and see. But you want to make sure you're keeping tabs of your clients so that they don't fall through the cracks at the end of the day. I think that's the biggest thing. So biggest takeaways here. 1, think about individualized support. Get creative, guys. You don't need to give out customized nutrition to keep people accountable. Just figure out one thing. And remember this, guys. If you try to change 10 things at one time, and there's a lot of things changing right now, people are not going to be successful long term. So you want to make sure just focus on one thing at a time, keep them committed to that, and then add something else to their plate. So slow and steady, praise them for what they're doing awesome. When someone shows up to a class and they haven't showed up to one, give them a shout out.
It's a big deal.
Hey, I'm so happy that you came today. Thank you for coming. We're so excited. We're actually getting spouses signing up for HSN now and joining the workouts and stuff that haven't been a part of our community because the husbands or wives are doing it, and now the husband's all right, I guess I'll join in the train too.
We had 2 husbands yesterday jump into classes with us,
which is awesome. So
fantastic.
Think about that. Individualized support, can't stress that enough. I'm putting in the chat here our template for individualized support for individualized meetings and tracking your clients, as well as a crash course in Zoom that is in the chat. So definitely look out for that. Any final thoughts here? No, my final thought is your tone sets the tone. So stay positive. Use this obstacle as an opportunity to provide your clients and lead them to stay healthy. And I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest takeaway here is go in with a help first attitude. And you really do have a huge opportunity here to help your community and really lead by example.
For sure. And just can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to get on the horn with these people and just talk to them. You'd be blown away when you start talking to them and peeling back the layers of the onion, what you might find out. And those are the people, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be here for you. So get off of FaceTime right now and get on the phone and call your members.
All right. You got an action step.
Action step.
Bye, guys.
Bye.